From a young age, Ben McDaniel searched for adventure. The two things he was especially passionate about were adventure and the water. He began learning to scuba dive at 14 years old and continued to dive and complete certifications over the years to become an expert diver. He was very experienced, racking up around 500 deep dives. As he built his diving experience, Ben was navigating the ups and downs of life, marrying and then divorcing, and losing his youngest brother in 2008 to a stroke, a heartbreak that devastated Ben. His brother's death was very influential on Ben, and following the death of his brother, Ben stepped away from his construction business to focus on diving. Ben was not a cave-certified diver, having only gotten his certification thus far in open water. He decided to turn his focus to cave diving, despite not having the certification. Cave diving is dangerous, with unique dangers that make it challenging in a different way than open water diving. Still, Ben turned his focus to exploring underwater caves and was particularly interested in diving at Vortex Spring in Florida. Vortex Spring is a large diving facility that offers scuba diving as well as lodging and camping. The cave present at Vortex Spring was known to be challenging and was not without its own history of deaths and hazards. Due to the dangers of the cave, it was determined that an opening in the back of the cave, leading deeper into it, would be restricted with a gate to only allow more seasoned divers to go through. For weeks, Ben would dive regularly at Vortex Spring, and some of the dive staff acknowledged that he had been forcing open the locked gate in the cave that was meant to protect uncertified divers from entering. On August 18, 2010, Ben parked his truck near Vortex Spring and entered the water around sunset. He was alone, and as he dove and headed into the cave, he passed two divers who were leaving. One of the individuals was a commercial diver who worked at Vortex Spring, and who was familiar with Ben. He unlocked the gate for Ben, knowing Ben had been forcing the gate open. This staff member was so familiar with Ben that he would usually wait to make sure Ben was decompressing safely before moving on, but he didn't watch this time, and what happened next is not entirely understood because Ben never returned, and he was never found. On August 20th, 2010, a request was sent for the assistance of cave divers to help search for a missing diver in the spring. Teams of divers responded to the spring to assist in searching for Ben, with the searches lasting for 36 days. No remains were found within the cave, nor was any evidence found that could indicate as to what had happened to Ben. The cave was searched very thoroughly and still nothing. Outside of the cave, some strange evidence was found. First, several full air tanks were outside of the cave entrance. What was really strange about the air tanks was that they weren't the correct gas mixtures that Ben would have needed. Being an accomplished diver, this was certainly something that Ben would have been aware of. When Ben's truck was identified, his possessions inside the vehicle included around $700 in cash, a cell phone, his wallet, and other personal items. Numerous theories formed around Ben's disappearance. As investigation continued, it became clear that Ben was mapping the cave and had likely explored some of its deepest parts, further complicating the search for him due to the concern of risking divers' lives to go so far into the cave to try to find him. There are still no answers as to where Ben is or what happened on the fateful evening that he entered the cave. His family misses him dearly and offer a reward for information to assist in recovering Ben or his remains.